Morning, looking at your health, being healthy, getting healthy, taking things to basically improve your health and basically have, a healthy way of living and a healthy life, which is something that everybody wants. Nobody wants to be sick by the time, they get older, even when they're younger. And this morning, I'd like to welcome to talk to us about that. And it's about, I think, more about herbal medicines as well. And I know there's some people in CNMG, they're always, doing a variety of different things when they hear you're coughing or sneezing, or you want me to make so-and-so for you, or you want me to do this. And it's like, it's okay. But yes, it is a part of our life, and it is a part of Trinidad and Tobago as well. Patsy Bowman, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So glad to have you with us this morning.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here.
And to learn about this as well, because I think, as I said, this is all part of, what you would have heard in the past with Trinidad and Tobago. The older folks, getting these different things and say, oh, you can take this for so and so, the herbal type medicines that really worked actually, you have to say back in the day, and still does.
Yes.
Tell us about this type of medicine.
Well, first of all, my husband won a case in the Supreme Court of New York since 1986, proving to cure AIDS, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, herpes, lupus, etc. However, since that time, well, I'm the one in the kitchen. We do all the work. The herbal medicine, what we have found in producing the cure for any disease, rather, we have developed something called an intracellular chelation and biomineral balance. These are herbal compounds developed to clean. What it means, we're going to clean the body, not just the colon, but from the cellular level, removing debris that has accumulated, and simultaneously we begin to nourish the body with, the minerals it needs. And so far it has been working. But we only use native plants. That is why it works.
Okay. Now, I know that you say that you've been healing persons with nature's minerals for over 40 years now. So
Yes.
it has actually been working. So what type of illnesses are we looking at? You mentioned AIDS.
Yes.
That your husband was in court about. What other illnesses are we looking at? And what types of herbs are we looking at as well?
Every disease.
Okay.
In fact, the only one that I was not exposed to or we haven't cured is leper, because no one came, with that problem before. One of the main herbs that you can find here in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's sea moss, blue vervain, or we call it vervine here.
Yeah, yes.
Stinging nettle, tea marie, or the sensitive plant. These plants are very powerful. They are electrical, so it helps.
But you really have to know what these various plants are used for, because they're for different purposes, basically, depending on what you have. If it's a fever, if you're throwing up, if you've got a headache. So they do have different, illnesses.
Well, yes, our perception is it's not really disconnected from anything, because disease is really one thing in the body, and it's mucus. For instance, if mucus is accumulated in the sinuses, it's sinusitis. If the same mucus is accumulated in your lung, asthma, your bronchals, bronchitis, if it blocks the ducts of your pancreas, we have diabetes. And so it goes on. If it's in the joints and becomes hardened, it's arthritis. So basically, we're removing inflammation from the body. And the only way you really have fevers is because the immune system is weakened. So we strengthen it with especially iron, but not an oxide of iron. It has to be a phosphate of iron, and it could only come from a native plant. There are several that you can choose from. However, we have made compounds over the years that's already standardized, so
yeah,
you can just...
Now, a lot of this is nature's minerals. Is
Yes.
any of it, and you did mention, you know, where certain chemistry towards it. Do you use any sort of science behind this to know how to get the full impact out of the minerals, the natural minerals, natural herbs and all of these things?
What do you mean?
To know how the proportions, in other words, or, you know, the chemistry, as I said, behind it, what certain things do.
Well, of course. For instance,
Because there is a science background to what you do as well, in a sense.
well, of course,
Right.
it's all science. You know,
Yeah.
it's connecting with the human body. So, yes, you have to do the herb that would be full of iron, so you can treat the blood. You have to know the minerals that would treat the bones, and so it continues: brain and central nerve, reproductive organs, etc. And these plants do that. It assimilates in the body readily, so you don't really have to wait too long to see if it works or so. Within, I would say, minutes, you'll begin to feel the difference.
Now, you know, we always have these side effects and a whole variety when you're taking drugs. And I mean, you see it on television.
Yes.
Do not take so-and-so if you have so-and-so. And these are some of, and it's a whole list of side effects.
Yes.
Can we experience that with these?
Oh, yes, you do have side effects with the herbs.
What sort of side effects would you experience? And how, that's what I'm saying, you know, like if you have a certain illness,
Yes.
how would you know what to take and how much to take so
Well,
that you don't have these side effects?
okay. Well, the side effects we're talking about, if you're using native plants, it is very important because there are hybrid plants as well. If you're using native plants, the side effect could be three things. It's either you sleep,
Okay.
or you may go to the bathroom a lot, or you have energy. That's a side effect.
But sometimes you want some of these plants, some of these herbs to do that sort of thing at the same point in time to make you go. I suppose if it's a cleansing something, you want that to happen. So that's not really a side effect in that case.
That's the only thing the herbs will do because actually they are concentrated minerals. So you are actually taking food. That's why it revitalizes the body almost immediately.
Okay. Is it possible to overdose on these?
As I said, even if you overdose, it's three things going to happen. It's either you sleep, you go to the bathroom more, or you have much more energy. For instance, because we were working so much, we took some extra minerals that I make for energy, and we have not slept in about 36 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. But it's not like you're feeling overwhelmed or anything. It's you feel more enabled, and that's what minerals do. I know most of what is recommended is, you know, if you're sick, you have to have protein and you have to have vitamins. But from our perspective, that is not so, because our body is really made up of minerals, and it's simple. The blood, you need iron. The bones, magnesium, calcium. The brain, copper and carbon. The reproductive organs, zinc. Your pancreas, chromium. So as you go throughout the system, you will find that it's minerals we need. So that's why we've developed and standardized these compounds which we help people with.
Can these products, and I'm talking in general as well, be used in the long term? Because, you know, sometimes even when we have other drugs, pharmaceuticals that we buy, you know, produced by manufacturers and things like that, they tell you that you can only take it up to a certain time. Is it the same thing with herbal products, or can you continue taking it? For example, where you say that you took something for energy and you were up for 36 hours, how long can something like that be sustained, and is it healthy to sustain it for a long period of time?
I've been taking it for over 36 years.
But in what kind of spurts? Is it a continuous thing that you take it
Yeah.
every day, or?
It's like you're eating food actually. This time you're really taking not chemicals but minerals to your body, so you're actually nourishing your body. So it's not really like you're depriving yourself of, you know, anything nutritious or so.
Okay. Now, if someone wanted to get some of these herbal products, now I know that you say that the consistent use of herbal formulas is led to customers that you've had had like AIDS, sickle cell, anemia, lupus, diabetes, arthritis, cancers as well.
Yes.
Okay, leukemia, herpes, epilepsy, and you know, these are some of the things that they say cannot really be cured.
Yes, as for instance, AIDS. You know, it's acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Well, what did the immune system acquire for it to become deficient? We have found that it is mucus, the same mucus as I was speaking about primarily. Now, where is the mucus in AIDS? It's in the skin, the blood, and the lymphatic system, which makes up your immunological system. So we remove the mucus from there, and there goes AIDS.
Okay. Now, you know, we always say, well, FDA approved and it's in the US and things like that. Are these approved or, and how can one, if one wants to, you know, get these products as
Okay.
well?
Well, I do have, we do have a Trinidad number. However, could someone tell me what that number is?
Is it 391-4502? That's the
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago number, 391-4502, because there's a Grenada number, because you're based in Grenada.
Yes.
So there's 391-4502.
No, the Grenada number is,
No, that's the Trinidad
that's the
number.
Trinidad
The
number.
Grenada number is 473-417-3171.
Yes.
And what about being approved? Because, you know, people are always looking for and say, oh, well, you know, it's not medically approved, it's not FDA approved, it's not this approved. Are you seeking to do that at all?
Well, I don't know because there's so many people all over the world have been using these products and cured. I am
Successfully.
thinking,
Why?
why would I, you know, I mean, while I could be making more herbs to save, you know,
Yeah.
help more people,
Yeah.
you know, I can't do that legal part of it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for telling us, because and the bovine is something that someone just this week, he heard me coughing and said, you want me to make you some of that? And I'm like, it's okay. But thanks for letting us know, because there's so many
Yes.
herbal medicines that we can get. And, you know, like, as I said, you know, our grandparents and you know, the older people always mixing something for us to get us better.
Of course.
And you've developed it and helping people as well. Thank you for coming to tell us all about this. Patsy Bowman, healing persons with nature's minerals for over 40 years. You heard the numbers if you want to get in touch with her and find out more about it. Thank you. Good luck.